Hello, truckers, and welcome back to American Truck Simulator with Realistic Economy. We are in our garage in Alamosa, Colorado. It is a early Friday morning. It looks like it's snowing out. We do have a trailer to go pick up, and yes, we are going back to Winter Wonderland. So strap on your snow boots because, oh wow, it is snowing pretty good out. I did change the percentage of precipitation down to 25%. Did I not do that? I think I did. Gameplay, scroll on down here. Rain probability, 26%. All right, it's just snowing, I guess. I mean, that's what happens in the wintertime, right? It can snow. And my truck IR there kind of paused. I'm like, I turned my head and the camera didn't turn. It couldn't see where I was going. But we're all set. So, I did get some Christmas deliveries done in between episodes. So, by delivering one and taking one from there, I will have completed my personal goal of the 15 Christmas deliveries being done. We've been to all 5 depots. I may not have been to all 5 on this profile. Why is my track IR acting up? It won't turn to the right sometimes. Hopefully that's not going to be an issue here. All right, let's try this again. If I turn to the right, there we go. Seems to be kind of working now. Yeah, we'll have a look at the depots when we get there. That's the wrong gear, is it not? No, it's not. It's right gear. I'm just all over the place at the beginning of this episode. So, yeah, when we get to the Winter Wonderland, we'll see what depots I may or may not have been to on this profile. So, yeah, I'm at 13 out of 15, and we're going to pick up one at Walmart. And I think I'm going to the chocolate factory. Yeah, the chocolate factory, I do believe, is where I'm going. And then once we get there, we'll have a look at that map and see where I haven't been yet. If I've been to all of them, then we'll just grab one from anywhere, I suppose. Thought that car was going to cut in front of me, but this is not Alaskan Road Truckers. This is ATS. But anything is still possible, right? Now we got a green light, so let's go on through. I got to remember there is a speed limit here. Because quite honestly, on my other profile, I wasn't obeying traffic signs and speed limits. I was just, well, I was doing it Alaskan road trucker style. I was just sending it. I was like, red lights, I just go through them. Not many red lights to go through in Winter Wonderland, but on the main map, there is. When we do leave Winterland, I know I've been talking about going to California, but since we're running the winter mod, I think we're going to go maybe up to the Pacific Northwest and then maybe work our way around before we go down to California. So we may not get to California until springtime. And that's when we switch over to spring mod. I think it'll just look a little bit weird strolling through the southern parts of the states where normally it doesn't get snow and driving there. I mean, it'd be kind of interesting in some aspect, but I think overall driving through LA, San Diego, Sacramento with snow being on the ground, it might be just a little bit weird. And really the Pacific Northwest, we were there a while ago. In some senses it seems like yesterday when we went up to Seattle and then we did the trip all the way down to Palm Coast, Florida. That seemed like ages ago. But yeah, I think we'll go up to the Pacific Northwest and just roam around there for a bit, maybe go across Montana and possibly Wyoming and Idaho and those kind of areas for another couple months. Just waiting for the sun to come on up here. It's only 6:15, so it might be another minute or so. Almost went past the turn to Walmart. Wait, am I going out back here? It's kind of weird how snow will make it just a little bit more confusing of where you need to be going. Well, that blinking cone above the trailer should tell me that's what I need to be grabbing. kind of hope I don't stall the truck as much as I did last episode. Last episode, I'm not sure. I mean, obviously it was just me. I haven't changed any settings on my pedals or anything. Alright, let's grab that. Now I have to go to the map and find where we can teleport to. I think there was 2 spots on the map. One is out here, and that's the first one I see. Oh, and the other one's way out there. So we're going to be going here, of course. It's only 32 miles, so it's not that far. And what do these weigh? Like 45? 43,000, so... No cars that way. We're good to go. Actually, I should probably turn my wipers on a little bit faster. Wait, you want me to go through... I think they want me to go that way, but I'm going to go at the next intersection. Forgot what I was going to say there now. Yeah, turn the wipers on a little bit higher so it gets rid of the snow a bit easier and quicker. But now that it is snowing, we are keeping our eye for a storm from the northeast of the U.S. coming up this weekend. Currently, the forecast where I live, I'm too far inland to get the good amount of snow that they're kind of looking at. Some people might get. They're talking maybe some areas might get 2 feet of snow. But that's closer to the coast. I'm too far inland, I think. So I think I'm going to escape. Currently, we're just getting maybe 4 to 6 inches, I think, is what they're forecasting. But getting these Christmas deliveries done, we can probably get back to our normally scheduled days. Traveling to this winterland certainly screws up the clock in some senses. Yeah, it just makes the videos or the episodes go long or longer than what the day normally does. So, yeah, we get back to our regularly scheduled 6 to 5 workday. Alright, so there is a stoplight up here, but just a lot of people taking their time going through it, I guess. Oh, he's got his hazard lights on, so did he just run into the back of someone? Tisk, tisk. So when the light turns green, I may go around them because they still got their hazard lights on. I mean, there are people urgently waiting for their... What am I delivering? Christmas cocoa powder. And since we are past Christmas, it's overdue. Alright, is this traffic going to move when the light turns green, or what's going to happen here? Alright, well, he's... Okay, his hazard lights are off. Another 13 miles to get to this teleport area. Now, I do say I would like to go up to the Pacific Northwest. Of course, when I get to Winterland, whatever jobs are available, that's what we'll be taking, right? Because it's not like they're going to have one going where I want to go. That's not always how it works. And of course, being external contracts only work on SCS maps, the original state. So I can't get a contract going to like the Northeast or Minnesota or anything like that. It's going to be, whatever maps SES have put out, the states that are out. And speaking of that, of course, as always, after I got done recording last episode and I was editing the video and getting ready to upload it, that's when I went onto the World of Trucks website and found out that Missouri has been now officially announced that's going to be the next announced state. So currently it's going to be Nebraska, Arkansas, and Missouri are the next 3 states. And I was looking for where I'm teleporting to, and now I can see this little spot right here. All right, let's teleport to Winterland. I was really hoping that they actually get the North and South Dakota maps out. Only because on the coast-to-coast map, those states have been not done over. And most of the southern states have been kind of mostly done over. So anytime they do the northern states, I'm happy. Because the southern states, as we've seen, are done over well enough. That's why we avoid the northern states mostly. Although it wasn't too bad when we drove from Maine over to Montana. Yeah, there were some spots that were just barren, but overall it wasn't as bad as it once was. So to travel, apparently these 53 miles is going to take me 3.5 hours. But we know that's not going to be the case. And I can take the corners as wide as that because, well, there's no traffic but us here in Winterland. So we can take up all the road that we need. Kind of funny when this came out to get the Christmas deliveries done. I was thinking, yeah, not a problem. I got until like the 14th of January for this, no problem. And then the days go by quickly, and then before you know it, you're starting to find that you got to find a couple days to get those deliveries done. Now I do it just because. I'm not doing it to get the prizes too much. Well, I do like to get the prizes, but of course I never use them. I just want them there just in case I want to use them, right? The paint jobs I probably would use, but unfortunately the paint jobs are usually really expensive. And since we're playing on a realistic economy, well, those paint jobs are expensive. Oh yeah, and I'm kind of late on getting to this question that was commented, I think a couple episodes back, about how to install the realistic economy mod and will affect the existing profiles. You can just add the mod to any profile that you want. It's only going to change, it's going to change a couple of things, but mainly it's just the pricing on stuff. So you're not going to make as much doing deliveries, of course. The prices of garages, I think, were changed. It's been so long since I actually read everything on the realistic economy mod itself, so just have a read on it. But if you're like level 40 something and you want to add it, go right ahead. Just add it to your mods list, and it should be fine. It shouldn't mess anything up at all. It's just, you're going to see, yeah, you're going to be, if you really haven't, well, if you've been watching this series, you can see what I'm making for money. Yeah, going back on my other profile again to do some of these Christmas deliveries, I was shocked how much I was making on the Christmas deliveries compared to what I'm doing here. I shouldn't be shocked, but it was a lot more than I thought it would be. I was like, oh, is that what the base game is getting for these deliveries? So yeah, go ahead and add the mod if you like. Although, I mean, if you're looking for the challenge and you're a professional at this point in Truck Simulator, I would recommend just starting a whole new profile and go from there and slowly work your way up if you want the challenge. But if you're kind of new to the game and you're on your first go around, I kind of understand it. Maybe you want to get used to the economy for realistic economy and just try to see how the money comes in. But the whole point of realistic economy is just not building up so much money so fast that by the time you are, you know, level 30, 40 or whatever, you don't have multi-million dollars sitting there and where you can't spend it fast enough. And it comes to a point of, you know, you got so many garages, drivers, trucks. I mean, unless you're doing your own thing to where you want to build up to $1 billion or something like that, which would be another challenge in itself. All right, where am I delivering this to? I mean, other than this warehouse. All right, right there. All right, we're gonna swing around. Don't hit the tree. Don't hit the tree. Don't hit the tree. All right, we're good. All right, let's put in R1. I didn't really take a good angle at this at all. I mean, this is terrible angle. But can I make it work? No, I'm gonna have to straighten myself back up again. That was like a really bad angle. This isn't going well at all for me backing into here. I don't think I'm going to get it on this one either. I mean, yeah, maybe I will. It won't be pretty, but it'll be in there. Let me square it up. There we go. Yeah, I mean, it's not the best, but it's in there, right? So we're going to drop it off. And then I will check the map to see what depot I may not have been to on this one. Leave no branch unturned. Okay. Let me just see what we got here on the world map. Have we been to all of them? We have been to all of them. So let's go ahead and we'll just take one right from the chocolate factory. And we'll see where we can, see if we can go somewhere where I want to go. Chocolate factory. Well, there's one right to Washington. And it will be a little bit of a drive. It doesn't really matter now with also the snowflakes because as a community, we've reached the maximum goal there could be. But is there another one just to make it matter? There's one to Cheyenne, Wyoming. How about Miles, Montana? There's another one to, well, there's another one to Omak or Omak. Texas, Nevada, Oklahoma, New Mexico, Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Rawlings, Wyoming. I think we'll just go ahead and we'll just take the one to Omak, Washington. Let's begin that delivery. Might be a little bit of a drive when we get there, but that's fine. Oh yeah, it's just telling me. I was like, why is it going? Yeah, it's just telling me that we reached the maximum amount of snowflakes in that town, which we already know about. But as I saw, as a community, we've already reached the maximum amount of snowflakes that we can earn. So all the rewards that can be handed out once you reach your personal goals, which we're about to do so here in a little bit. Is that my trailer that I'm taking? That is a trailer that we're taking. Nice and gentle, let's not ram it in there like I have a couple times recently. Kind of smooth, be good. There we go. Alright, now I gotta check on the map and just check mark. Either one, I guess, it doesn't matter. This one looks like it might be closer, so we'll go to that one. Now, I do believe there is a viewpoint down here that we just passed on the way in. I don't think I've seen this one yet. So we'll pull on in here and see what we get to view. Some last-minute holiday music in the background. In case you didn't get enough of it over the past 2 months, it seems like. They should have had some, like, kids sliding down the hill in their sleds or something. But overall, I think this event was a nice new touch by going to a different map, if you will. Definitely different than the old routine that I had, which was going to Nevada between Ellie and Tonopah, which was like 105 miles in between. Because each delivery had to be 100 miles, right? Let's get around this light pole. Alright, and say goodbye to Winterland, at least for me anyways. Oh yeah, and in case you don't play ATS and have not been to Winterland in any sense, on my other profile I did not have the winter mod running, and this is just the way as it looks without the winter mod, so... My winter mod is not making it look like this. Well, not my winter mod, but the one I do use. This is what Winterland does look like. But have no fear when we get back to the USA map itself. We are still running the winter mod, and we will. That was too low of a gear. Yeah, we'll be running the winter mod until March, mid-March, until spring gets here. Then, of course, we'll activate the spring mod. That was our loan payment coming through. Seems rather early at 10:15. All right, park and brake, engine, and teleport. Chocolate gift packs is what we are delivering. Don't know where I'm delivering them to. ADM. Interesting little parking area that we're in. Just trying to figure out exactly where I am. Looking at the GPS, it looks like I have not been here before. Because the road is not turned yellow at all. Oh, okay. Can't go up through there if I wanted to. Back to having traffic again. So now the snow that you're seeing here is done by the winter mod that we run. 144 miles. And we should get there somewhere around 2 o'clock. And we'll probably wrap up our day there, honestly. And then that way next week we can kind of reset and do our normal thing. After we make sure we deliver this, that we have completed my 15 personal goals. If I haven't, then I'll probably just finish it off with the profile, but I'm like 99.5% sure that this will do it. $60 miles an hour on this road. Now, with the winter mod, as I mentioned before when I started it, back when winter started a few weeks ago, I did not activate the physics part of it, meaning the slippery roads and all that. I think last year I did it, and it was okay at the beginning, and I got used to it. And here, this year, I just didn't feel like I wanted to get involved with it. All right, so we have been to this part we're coming up. We've been up to this intersection. Slow down just a little bit. We don't want to be getting ourselves a speeding ticket. So once again, money-wise, we are saving up. I think it was around $160,000 that we're going to need to buy ourselves another truck for the Dallas garage. And then we may go back to, as people mentioned, to possibly just upgrading our trucks that we have purchased early on in the series for our drivers. And really, we did some upgrading, I think, before, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I think we were upgrading some trucks for only like $15,000, and by the stats of the trucks, I mean, we made them that much better. Yeah, we should have a full Dallas garage with one more truck. When I say a full Dallas garage, it's only a 3-truck garage currently. But to get it to where we can open it up and then getting ourselves another truck, we're going to need like $250,000 before we could do that. So I think dumping in that money into our other trucks so they can haul better or bigger trailers and we'll get paid more, that'll be the better thing. Oh yeah, another question I did want to ask, because it's been out for a while now. Has anyone really purchased or looked into the whole buying a used truck? It's an interesting concept for darn sure, but just at the way the money comes in for the regular game, I really don't see the need for buying a used truck. Because, I mean, by level 2, or, you know, what you can hit within about, 30 minutes? It doesn't take that long to get to level 2 or 3. You can either take out a loan and buy your own, you know, a cheap truck. And then you can really start earning yourself some money right off. But what I would actually recommend to people is when you buy your first truck, I know it's going to be very hard to do so. Don't drive it yourself. Just hire yourself a driver to drive your own personal truck or the first truck that you buy, and you keep on driving for others, because instead of just you driving your own personal truck and only having one income coming in, you could have a driver driving your one truck, and then you're out driving for someone, and it's, you know, you're bringing in 2 incomes at a time. I mean, of course, play the game the way you want to, because we all play the games to have fun. If you want to drive your own truck, I fully understand that. I mean, that's what we did, at least that's what I did on this profile here. At first, I think I drove the first couple loads in our new truck. Then I was like, you know what, let's get ourselves a driver to drive this truck, and I can go drive for someone else. We all have different opinions on how we should be playing the game, but after all, it is a game. So just make sure you're playing the game to have fun. I will say the winter mod looks really nice throughout this scenery that we're going through. And I would expect in another month, which seems kind of weird just saying that right now, that they're probably going to have one for Valentine's Day. I got my badges from the past couple of years for doing Valentine's Day deliveries. So do expect in a month will be Valentine's Day, mid-February. Hard to imagine that already. But yeah, I'm going to get ready for those and make sure we're in the continental U.S. on the maps that SES have made, so I can do external deliveries once again. And who knows, we might be going to Cupid Land or something like that. Probably should change the paint scheme on this truck, but I don't have anything planned, so it may just be a basic color. I did try to do one for Christmas in case you missed that episode. I talked about it, but for some reason the Christmas one, when I loaded into the game, I mean, it was like, I have no idea. It was like a 2-year-old painted the truck. I have no idea why it didn't work. The Kansas paint job worked just fine. I used the same template, but the Christmas one, I don't know what happened. Santa Claus had a split personality because he was half on the hood and half on the side or something. It was all weird. It was like, What the heck is going on here? Couldn't figure it out. I mean, we really are not in Kansas anymore. Right, Toto? And, yeah, so it might be time to get rid of the Kansas paint job and just go back to a regular, basic one. I don't think I can go back to the basic paint job and get it for free because we already had it. It's almost like, well, you're technically repainting the truck. It's not like Farming Simulator to where if you mod your tractor, then go in and mod it to something else, and when you want to change it back to what it previously was, there's no fee because you already paid for it. I think with paint jobs, it's like, well, you got to paint over before, so you just, you know, you got to pay for it again. Traffic seems rather scarce today. All right, you're not going. I'm not going. So, who's going? I was ready to say, someone must have a green light. I don't know. Okay, I don't know what that trucker was doing. Wait, no, wait. Dude. What is that driver on? Have no idea what that driver's on, but let's go up and get this delivered, shall we? We're only 19 miles out, but it is 1:30 in the afternoon. I really haven't driven that far, but in Winterland, yeah, it's almost like being in a time machine. Wonder if those are supposed to be apple trees. The one thing I am noticing on the map, though, are the lack of rest areas right now, so probably gonna have to drive somewhere to get to one. Let's take it easy on this dirt road. I don't think I've been here before. Why didn't you have me come in through the other entryway? I mean, there's a road going there. Well, I can see where I need to go. Let's see if I can back in a little bit better than what I did on the last job, because that was terrible. All right, let's put her in the R1. And the snow dust doesn't really help out too much, but luckily I can still see just enough where we need to be. Alright, pop our neutral, park and brake, turn off the engine. Let's decouple. And I am done being Santa Claus for the 2023/24 season. Show results now. Just continue, and we should be... Hey, check mark. So we got the Christmas Winterland Unique Depots 5 out of 5, 15 out of 15. And of course, in case you missed it as well, Cruising Kansas is done also. World map, because now we need a rest area. Okay, there is one not too far from here. That'll be good. And maybe next episode, if we're lucky enough, maybe Dollar General will have something for us. Where we go, I have no idea. Now I really don't have any set plans. It seems like for the past month and a half, it's been, you know, cruising Kansas, and then we got to go to each city, and then the Christmas deliveries as well. So yeah, can I actually go out this way? I mean, it shows the road there. Now the only thing I got to, okay, GPS did switch over. Why not make me go out that way to begin with? I don't know. I do have the barriers marked off, so you know, as you drive around, if the road is actually not a passable road, it has the flashing X's at you. I got those turned off to make it more realistic as we drive around. So sometimes I do drive into invisible walls because I think there's a road going there when there isn't. Just like that, we're up to 37,000. Only 35 miles an hour through here, so let's obey traffic laws if we can. If we can? Of course we can. Actually, what I could do, and I talked about it before recently, is actually go on Steam and see what achievements there are for the state of Washington, and see if I can get some of those done. For when ATS came out, I was getting the achievements done, and of course, as each state comes out, they have their own achievements, and I kind of got away from that when I pretty much started this series. I just figured if I get them done, I get them done. Of course, the one thing we always do when a state comes out is we knock off every city that is on the state map. And as of right now, like I said early on, Nebraska, Arkansas, and Missouri, as they were announced. So Nebraska, in theory, should be the next state, because that was announced before Arkansas, and of course Missouri just got announced on the 28th. And I guess I'm fueling up out back like always. How much is diesel fuel currently in the state of Washington? $5.10. We do run realistic diesel fuel prices as well. I didn't use much fuel today. But now we're going to get back on to our regular schedule, just going wherever we please, I guess. which is going to be kind of nice. I mean, I think it goes way back to like October at this point, to where, you know, we were trying out some things like going from Seattle, Washington down to Florida. That was one episode. That was a long episode. And then, of course, we went up to Maine, and then cut across to Montana. Then we got our butts down to Kansas. We did the cruise in Kansas, the Winterland, and now here we are. So 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's not, you know, that's not too far off my regularly scheduled working day. So now it's just a matter of, getting up next day and going wherever we want to go. Driver manager, just double checking to make sure everyone is on the road and no one's back at a deep at their own garage, and everyone's on the road currently driving, and these are the ones currently sleeping. I'm still a little puzzled with Harry P. For those who weren't around or pretty much forgot, we didn't have Harry P on the staff in the fleet a long time ago, and we fired him because of this issue right here. 88 cents a mile. He is a 5.8 rating. Well, actually, so is, I'm not going to even try to pronounce that name. But he's not making that much more either. Of course, all depends on if they come back empty or not. And you look at someone like Oscar, who's earning $3.73 a mile. It could be the trucks are actually driving. Maybe the trucks aren't up to specs. Who knows? As long as they're on the road doing something at this point, I don't care. But yeah, we are going to get to upgrading those trucks after we buy one more truck for the Dallas garage, and then I'll have 3 trucks into it, and then I'll have a look to see on the, if I go to truck manager, there it is. You know, I don't know. These are the order that we bought them in. So I mean, there's our first truck, and does it show the stats on the truck? That is the thing. If I go to upgrade, I'm not going to do it now. Let's see here. Cab. So that's currently the stats on the truck, which are not that bad. Heavy cargo, that's pretty much up there. Hill Traverse. I think that truck has been upgraded. Let's see. If I scroll on down, let's go to this Mac Anthem here. Let's go to upgrade. And where do the stats on that one sit? Yeah, you can see the heavy cargo is not the greatest. I mean, it's got great maneuverability, but heavy cargo is not made for it. So somewhere along the line, we got to upgrade these trucks here. And it's not going to take much. I mean, maybe a better chassis, a better engine, and a better gearbox. And that's the only things we really got to touch. Everything else can stay pretty much the same, I do believe. I know someone said get all your drivers a sleeper cab. It doesn't matter. We got a sleeper cab, and you still got to get to a rest area. You just can't pull over anywhere. I mean, if you're trying to role play, yes, they should all have sleeper cabs. I get it. But we'll see. We'll see how we want to spend our money by then, because we still have the beautiful thing called our loans. And it's getting almost to the point of we need like $160,000 to buy another truck. We're almost getting to the point of I'm saving almost just enough to where I can repay off the loan. I mean, we're only paying I don't want to say only paying $6,000 a day for our loans. Yeah, it would be nice to actually get rid of those things. But I think for the Let's Play that we're doing, we're just going to let those pay themselves out. I may change my mind, as we know. We're just going to let them pay themselves out eventually, and we'll just keep building up the fleet little by little, I think. But anyways, as for the world map, in case you're really lost to where we are, that's where we are. Omak, Washington. Yeah, the whole West Coast. Really haven't touched much on it, this profile here, so I think we're gonna kind of, maybe try to come around here a little bit, because that means it's been a while since I've actually been through these areas, and you can see everywhere else we've been pretty much through here. Wow, look at all the cities that we've been to. We've been through a lot for sure. But yeah, next episode, probably just go somewhere up and down the coast. Try to stick around Washington and Oregon, maybe a little bit in Northern California. I'm going to try to avoid this little spot down here until springtime. But man, time will fly. March will be here before we know it. But But anyways, that's where we're going to wrap it up for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. And I'll catch you again right here in American Truck Simulator with realistic economy. But until then, have a good one.